Well. Welcome to another week of football, Barbie. I know I am absolutely horrible. I was traveling. I was home for the holidays. Wanted to get this video out sooner, but here I am. It is week 17 playoff predictions. I know 2 games have already happened, but luckily so far my picks, unfortunately, I was not there for you guys for that, but my picks for the first 2 games were good. But let's get it started. Talk to you about week 17, the playoff predictions. What is happening in football? And who do you think is going to advance to the playoffs? Because it is literally almost my favorite time of the season for football. Playoffs. Let's get it started.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
We did have obviously the Jets game and the Cleveland game versus at Cleveland for home on Thursday night football. And that was a 5:15 Thursday night game. The Jets obviously were eliminated from the playoffs, but they really did pick a good fight. So the Jets were 6-9. Now they are 6-10, and the Cleveland was 10-5, and they are now 11-5, which is crazy for Cleveland. I am happy for anybody who is a Cleveland fan because did you guys think that you were gonna be 11-5? Because I sure as heck did not predict you guys being 11-5. Okay, I didn't even predict you guys to possibly even come close to winning your division. I thought you guys were gonna do good, but this year you guys have been crushing it. So, yay for Cleveland. Basically, we'll make it quick. I did pick Cleveland. I thought they were going to win over the Jets. Since the Jets are eliminated and they are playing out of string, they did do well against the Commanders last week where they beat them. The Browns just had their hope with Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco did them well Thursday night. Like Thursday night, recap, Flacco crushed it. Shout out to the Browns. They were killing it. They just kept getting points. What was the game? 34-20, I think was the final score for the game. So that was fantastic. I thought the Jets were going to keep a little bit of a close game, but 14-point differential, not too bad. I thought they were for sure going to, but the Cleveland Browns could have obviously now clinched a playoff berth with a win or a tie, and that they did. So they are golden. They are in the playoffs. Congrats to the Cleveland Browns. Can't believe I'm even saying that. Are you a Cleveland Browns fan? Because damn, good for you. Now, I just finished watching, though, the Dallas Cowboys game against Detroit at Dallas. Dallas, we know, is good at home. For some reason, when Dallas is at home, they can just win games. So it's interesting to see that how like Dallas and everything has this really good chance to win games at home. They were 10-5 while Detroit was 11-4. Now literally same score throughout the entire division here. For them, Detroit is now 11-5 and the Cowboys are now 11-5. The Cowboys did win. I'm not really sure if you watched the game, which was tonight when I'm putting this video tomorrow morning. Can we all believe like Detroit didn't just go for the extra point to tie the game? I'm kind of, curious as to why they didn't. 19-20 was the final score. You guys literally had the chance to tie it and then go to overtime. I don't know why the coach for Detroit decided to just keep going, and there was flag after flag at the end too, that last 23 seconds in the game, and that was just honestly crazy. I really couldn't believe that happened. I did pick the Cowboys to win because it's at home, and the Cowboys, for some reason, just crushed it at home this season and did horrible on the road. The Cowboys had lost 2 straight, so I did feel like they, especially against Miami last week, I thought they were going to be able to pull this one out. I didn't think they were going to lose 3 in a row. Luckily, this is not probably, no offense to Tony Romo in those days, but not the days where December was a horrible month for the Cowboys, but they did lose 2. They are playing for seeding this week, so they did just win. Keeping my fingers crossed, though, that if the Eagles just keep winning straight out, that we do win our division. I would much rather be the one who's ahead in the division to host the games than the one who's not hosting the games. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the Eagles can pull it out. We got this cool little Eagles necklace here, wearing my little number 7 jersey, which everybody does ask me what player, and honestly, number 7's my lucky number. And I would just like to say, for every Eagles game that I went to for the regular season this year, they won. Now, honestly, they only lost now 5. But still, hey, we won every game I went to. So, yeah, that was cool. Which I went to 4. 1 home, 3 away. So yeah, Dallas is not going to get knocked out of the NFC title convention because they did win. They did have a loss or tie with Eagles win. So Dallas is still fighting here. But if the Eagles win this week and next week, then Dallas is for sure in the playoffs already. But they're not going to win that divisional title, which I just like as an Eagles fan to get to the playoffs every year. I don't know about anybody else. Yes, the Super Bowl is great, but hey, when it gets to the playoffs, I mean, you're not talking like the best of the best. You're there for a reason. It's, even if you squeaked by, you're still there for a reason because somehow you're doing well. But the Chiefs, that's another situation. They need to get it together. So sorry. I had picked Dallas and I had picked Cleveland. Just didn't get this video on time. This video is out now, hopefully before everybody can see for Sunday's games. Then we have Miami, who is 11-4 at Baltimore, who's 12-3, 10 a.m. on Sunday Pacific time. And this is one of the most important games for sure of the entire week. This is going to be a game I'm going to want to watch. I will literally make sure that I am up before 10 o'clock in the morning so I can watch this game. Even if I'm possibly working out at the gym, I am going to be watching this game. I was literally glued to my television last week when Miami was playing Dallas because I wanted Dallas to lose against Miami, but I did pick them to win this week. I just thought Miami is for sure a better team than Dallas. That game was quite close, though, too. This also is the possible thing for the MVP for Tua and Lamar Jackson. Miami will clinch the AFC title, East title, division title with a win or a tie here, or Bills loss or a tie. But I do think that Baltimore is going to take this. Sorry, I have a cat on my foot. The Ravens have blown out a bunch of good teams so far this year, including the 49ers last week. So they definitely are showing that they are somebody to be reckoned with. And they have such a good defense. I think Miami will hold on as best as they can. I do think this game is for sure going to be close unless Miami is just having a lot of mistakes. But I do see this going more towards like the Ravens defense. And they will make the difference. So with everybody doing so well, though, the Lions are for sure now in the playoffs, but they haven't won the divisional title yet. The Ravens will clinch the AFC North divisional title with a win or a tie here, or the Browns loss or a tie. They will clinch the number 1 playoff seed, first round bye, and home field advantage with a win. So I do think that they are going to end up being the number 1 seed. It's crazy how close these games or these teams are this season. It's insane that they're all like neck and neck. Next, we have New England, who is 4-11, at Buffalo, who is 9-6, Sunday, today, 10 a.m. The Patriots are playing consecutive road games after beating out the Broncos last week. They are eliminated from there. Let's talk about the Bills real quick. The Bills beat the Chargers team last week, who has seen better days, okay? The Chargers, poor Chargers, they're out. They're eliminated. I do think the Bills do have a chance, obviously, to beat the Patriots here at home, allowing their continuous push for the playoffs. They will go into the playoffs with a win, Steelers loss or tie, Bengals loss or tie. We'll just name a couple, okay? Win with Steelers loss or tie, Jaguars loss or tie. Win with a Steelers loss or tie, Texans loss or tie, Colts loss or tie. Win with Bengals loss or tie, Jags loss or tie. There's a lot of different ways some of these teams can get in. Win, Bengals loss or tie, Texans loss or tie, Colts loss or tie. Then tie, Steelers loss, Bengals loss, Jaguar loss, tie the game, Steelers lost, Bengals lost, Texans tie lost. So there's a lot of different ties here, basically. But if they do win, they need the Steelers to basically lose and the Bengals to lose, or the Jaguars to lose, or the Texans to lose. Like somewhere in that kind of realm for the Bills to get in. So they for sure really do have a chance to get in. I know people at home, shout out to you guys who watch. Mike and Maria, I know they're Bills fans, and I was happy to get able to see them over the holiday weekend if they do happen to watch this video. So I know they're Bills fans, so I am cheering for you guys to make the playoffs. I thought you guys would make the playoffs, though, for sure. So hopefully you guys still get in. Okay, next we have Atlanta, who is 7-8, but I picked the Bills win. Next we have Atlanta, who's 7-8, at Chicago, who's 6-9. Now, originally, before last week, I chose Atlanta. However, after seeing Chicago somehow come to life these past couple weeks, I don't know what happened to Chicago. They did a turnaround the end of the season with this last minute push to try to get to the playoffs. I mean, there's like a gazillion ways that the they'll be eliminated versus making it. But yeah, the Bears came to life. So I'm going to choose the Bears here. I'm not really sure what's going on with Atlanta. I'm going to choose the Bears. The Bears, I think that Justin Fields would just outplay Tyler Heineke, who is on Atlanta right now, to win it. If they do lose, though, the Bears are automatically out. They will basically, which I think they're going to be out, though. So they will be eliminated from playoff contention with a Seattle win or tie, Rams win or tie, Seattle win or tie, and Green Bay win. So, I mean, there's just no way for them to not, because either Green Bay wins or Minnesota wins. They're out. Seattle win or tie, Seattle Rams win or tie, and Green Bay win. Rams win or tie, and Minnesota win. As for the Falcons, they are still alive in the playoffs as well, depending on what the rest of the teams in their division do, because their division is super neck and neck right now. It's literally like the last 2 weeks are like do or die. So Tampa wins. The Falcons this week, the Falcons are basically already out. They need to win in order to fight to the last week. The Falcons will be eliminated from the playoff contention easily with a loss to the Bears, plus a Buccaneers win or tie. And then Atlanta tie and Tampa Bay win, and Ram tie and Seattle win or tie. Atlanta tie and Tampa Bay win, Rams win, and Seattle tie. Tampa Bay win, Rams win, and Seattle win. So those ways are the ways that they are out. So if Tampa Bay would basically said wins, the Falcons are out. They will win the division. The Bucks. Next up, we have Tennessee, who's 5-10, at Houston 8-7. The Titans do have Will Levis back. I cannot believe this man literally went from the second round draft to now all of a sudden he's doing not too bad though for the Tennessee Titans. I feel bad. I thought the Titans were for sure going to have more wins. I mean, they had poor DeAndre Hopkins, and they had star Derrick Henry. Like, damn, what happened? They are eliminated though from the playoffs. They don't have a chance. So I am picking Houston. I'm picking the teams who basically, like, how did the Patriots win the other week? Last week against Denver, and they already out. Like, what is the point to win the games? Rest your players. Don't be playing them. There's no reason. Like the Jets, they're playing out of string. Play with your other players who aren't your main peoples. What is going on, guys? I don't understand. The Texans do have CJ Stroud back. He is back. It will be two rookie quarterbacks against each other for the first time here. They beat the Titans 2 weeks ago with Case Keenum as quarterback. I have the feeling the Texans are going to pull out, like I said, this win with Stroud. The Texans, though, will be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss to the Titans. If they lose to the Titans, plus a Colts win, a Jaguars win, and a Bills win or tie, or with a loss plus a Colts win, Jaguars win, Bengals win, Steelers loss or tie, and Broncos loss or tie. So if they basically lose, they're screwed. They're out. So they're for sure. This is a super important game for the Texans to win. Next up, you have the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 7-8 at the Colts. So I originally was going to take the Colts. However, Las Vegas, man, Raiders all of a sudden too are on a roll. Their interim coach, they are killing it. Colts are 8-7. They're Raiders on the road for a second straight week, and they still have a slight hope for this playoff chance. Now, obviously, it all depends on Kansas City. Their defense is playing at a high level after their win on Xmas over the Chiefs. I originally said I really did pick the Colts to win this at first because the Raiders. But I'm taking the Raiders, man. I think that, even though they're on the road, I think they have a really good chance. But the Raiders are eliminated from the playoffs if they lose. Basically, and if they tie with either the Jaguars, Steelers, and Bengals, they tie, and the Jaguars, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Bengals win. And there are a bunch of multiple other crazy scenarios for that, but if they lose, they're automatically out. So they need to win in order to keep pushing. The Colts do need this win as well for their playoff hopes, but they still do have Gardner Minshew as their quarterback. I don't know how he's going to end up doing it again. I don't think he did too bad last week. I think the Raiders, I think they're going to take it. I think their interim coach is doing great for them. I hope they do keep him, even though they did lose some, win some, it was better than how they were doing for sure. The Colts will be knocked out of the AFC title contention with a loss and a Jaguars win. So let's see. Go hometown Raiders here, okay? Go hometown Raiders. What else? Then we have the Carolina Panthers. Poor Panthers, okay? I can't believe they won the other week. They're 2-13 at the Jaguars, who are now 8-7. The Jags have lost 4 straight games and have looked terrible. Trevor Lawrence needs to be healthy here if they do have a chance of winning. They may still have a good chance to win against the Panthers. The Jags will clinch a playoff berth with an AFC South title division if they have a win plus Colts loss and a Texans loss. So they need that in order to do well. I thought they were going to honestly have right around this many wins. So anyway, I said the Jaguars are winning their division. Let's see. The Panthers have not been a good team this year, but Bryce Young did look good last week. But they're obviously already eliminated from the playoffs. So let's see, Jags. I'm expecting you to pull off a win here. So then you have the Rams, who are 8-7 at the Giants, who are 5-10. Now I do expect this win to go to the Rams. Honestly, Giants, since you're not doing so well, you might as well just rest your players. The Rams should be able to be advanced to the playoffs. They are playing at a high level again with Stafford. They will clinch the playoffs with a win and a Seahawks loss, or a tie and a Cowboys loss. The Giants have issues on offense, but their defense is for sure what is helping them. Barkley did play well for them against the Eagles on Christmas. I did watch a game, and the Giants, I didn't think looked bad at all. Honestly, I mean, every team has for sure their moments, but I mean, Barkley did well, and a couple other players were doing really well. Tyrod Taylor or whatever, their quarterback? He was doing good for them. So I have a feeling they may try to blitz Stafford a lot. They are eliminated though, so guys, just take it easy, man. I don't know why Barkley's playing. Like, does Barkley really want to play? Like, there are incentives in people's contract, because that's the only reason I feel like star players should be playing if you have incentives in your contract right now. If not, just rest it out, man. Play a little bit and rest that shit out. Then you have Arizona, who is 3-12 at Philadelphia, which is 11-4. So I'm hoping that we move to 12-4. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I would love that. I think that should happen here. The Eagles hasn't looked that good though all season. Now, we did lose our offensive and defensive coordinator, because we were all screaming at the first home opener game against the Vikings about that. So who knows if that's honestly part of the problem. Now, Jalen Hurts hasn't looked that good either. Now, I know he did play with an illness or whatever the other week. That does suck. I mean, I can't imagine being a football player and you're like, I really want to do well for my team, but I'm dying on the field. Like, that has to suck. So they could clinch the NFC East Division title with a win and a Cowboys loss or tie. So obviously now we know the Cowboys won and a tie and a Cowboys loss. So we haven't clinched the title yet. We need a win this week for sure and win next week in order to win the divisional title for the NFC East. But as for the Cardinals, they are playing consecutive road games and they have issues stopping Chicago's offense last week. Their coach, Jonathan Gannon, is from the Eagles, where he was a defensive coordinator, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Eagles will take the win, but I think the Cardinals will still keep it interesting. Obviously, we know the Cardinals are eliminated already. Then you got the Saints. This game's going to be great. Saints 7-8 at Tampa Bay 8-7. Listen, I'm taking my Bucks here, man. The Bucks were doing great. When I watch them play, you know, you can tell how well a team really is when you watch them play your team. I mean, unless your team truly sucks, then maybe not. But the Bucks have won 4 straight games with Mayfield as a quarterback, but they have had trouble, the Saints, at their home, losing 4 of the past 5 to their stadium. I think they are going to keep it rolling, though, with a win here. They will clinch a playoff berth in the NFC South division title with a win or a tie in the Falcons' loss. So I think they're going to clinch their divisional title here. I'm quite excited for them to see how that's going. The Saints will have ample time, though, to rest after playing Thursday last week, but they sure did not play well in their loss to the Rams. They did try to come back, but the Saints will be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss against the Buccaneers or with a tie, plus a Rams win or tie and a Seahawks win or tie. So I have a feeling Tampa Bay's going to win, and if they do win, they are the ones who are winning the title, and the Saints will then be eliminated. As for the 49ers, so the Bucs win their divisional title. There's 2 teams that are out right there. As for the 49ers, they are 11-4 at Washington 4-11. The 49ers are coming off an unexpected loss to the Ravens last week. It won't matter, though. Their defensive line should come up big against the Commanders' bad offensive line. The 49ers will clinch the number 1 seeds, NFC's number 1 playoff seed, first round bye, and home field advantage with a win, a Lions loss, and an Eagles loss. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. The Lions did lose, but the Eagles have to lose too in order for them to clinch that number 1 seed. And I'm going to literally scream at the top of my lungs if the Eagles lose against the Cardinals this week. I'm literally going to have a heart attack. We have my little AJ Brown here who's just resting on top of the Eagles helmet because I accidentally knocked him off the table and his foot broke, and I'm going to have to super glue him back. So anybody know how a good way to do that? Because we rub AJ Brown's head in my house when I'm home and the Eagles are playing. For good luck, because I'm screaming, "Go AJ!" the entire time. Anyway, Washington does have a different starting quarterback, and it doesn't matter, though. I definitely don't think the powerhouse of the 49ers is going to lose to the Commanders. Washington is already eliminated anyway, so does it really matter, guys? Just try, but try with your third strings, okay? No reason otherwise not to. Then we have Pittsburgh, who's 8-7, at Seattle, who is 8-7. The Seahawks are coming off a very nice comeback win over the Titans. God damn it, I fucking picked the Titans in that damn game. I was pissed. Okay, I thought that the Titans. I don't know why. Honestly, I picked the Titans. So for some reason, I picked the Titans last week. Not really sure why. As soon as I said that, if you watched my video last week, I'm like, I said the Titans. I don't understand why I did that. But Seattle did win, and I knew I fucking should have picked them. I literally smacked myself after that one. Seattle, now that Geno Smith's back, I think will be enough to make the playoffs. Plays a win at least, so they will clinch with a win and a Packers-Vikings tie. I don't think the Packers or Vikings. Nobody I don't think is ending in a tie this season. I hate when a game's end in tie. It's the fucking stupidest thing in the world. Anyone else agree? Just comment down below. Please like, subscribe, share, all that. That super helps out my channel. If you are following me, and I know some people who do watch my videos, if you can even just like my video and say some stupid comment, I don't really care. I respond to all comments, and I will be thrilled because it helps my algorithm. So all you people who are negative about my videos, please keep your comments going because thank you. It helps my channel. Love it. So the Steelers did well last week against the Bengals, and I picked them, and I was dying. I seen a meme that literally all the Bengals fans are going to be having PTSD on Christmas every time they hear the word Rudolph. I about lost my mind. The NFL memes page literally puts me in tears laughing. I freaking love it. And I just start cracking up at random people if I'm out in public probably think, what is this girl laughing at? And it's just me looking at the NFL memes page because I about to have tears in my eyes laughing from it. This is going to be a much tougher road game though for Rudolph. The Steelers are eliminated if they lose and Buffalo wins or ties, Colts win and Houston win and Denver lost or tie. If they lose and Buffalo win or tie, Colts win and Houston win and Jags win and Kansas City win or tie. Pittsburgh also loses and then Buffalo will win or tie, Colt win or tie, Jacksonville win and Denver lost and tie. So with those different scenarios, Steelers are eliminated from the playoffs. I thought the Steelers, honestly, which is crazy, I'm really going to go back and once the playoffs start that week, I'm going to start looking at the teams who did well. How did I do picking teams in the beginning of the season versus the end of the season? And just kind of see what happens. So, yeah, I thought the Steelers and the Ravens were going to be fighting neck to neck for a wild card spot because I thought the Bengals were going to be killing it. But, hey, this is football. Welcome to the NFL. So, like I said, I'm picking Seattle to win now for this game. Then you have the Chargers who are 5-10 at Denver 7-8. So, obviously, we know that the Chargers, they did, something last week with their interim coach, Gift Smith, in their close loss to the Bills, but they no longer have a chance at the playoffs. They are eliminated. As for the Broncos, they're barely holding still. Losing last week to the Patriots, which was embarrassing. Broncos. Honestly, you guys were coming back a little bit, and then you lose to the Patriots. Embarrassing. Who were 3-11 at the time. But they need to win this week and next week if they have a chance at all. They will take the win here. I'm gonna go with against the Chargers, but I don't think it's going to be easy. If they lose, they're basically most likely eliminated. They will be eliminated if with the loss to the Los Angeles Chargers, or if they tie and the Jaguars win or tie. So basically, if they tie and the Jaguars win or tie, the Colts win or tie, and the Houston win or tie, or if they tie, Pittsburgh win or tie, tie and Bengals win, or Kansas City win or tie, Buffalo win or tie, and Pittsburgh win. So, and there's a few other crazy ones. So I think that though Denver's obviously going to take this. I'm going to be really surprised if they don't. But they did lose to the Patriots. So honestly, Who knows right now with Denver? This one's a tough one. I mean, I wouldn't hold your horses and really go too crazy on betting this one. This one could for sure, if you get the upset of it, could be a game changer. But then you got the Bengals 8-7 at Kansas City, who was 9-6. Now, originally I picked the Bengals to win, but after watching last week, I'm changing my mind and going back to Kansas City. The Chiefs for sure have some issues lately in offense. Literally, after watching Kansas City lose to the effing Raiders, I was fucking pissed. That game made me lose my football pool at my mom's work because I fucking for sure picked the Kansas City Chiefs, and I about want to cuss out all my friends who are fucking Chiefs fans for losing against the goddamn Raiders, and that shit cost me the football pool. Oh god, I was so mad. Honestly, I was fucking fuming about the fact that the Chiefs lost to the goddamn fucking Raiders last week. Oh, so mad. Yeah, issues in offense. I thought it was funny that literally, if I was Patrick Mahomes too, I'd be yelling on my offensive line last week like he did on Christmas. They need to definitely fix their offensive issues for the next 2 weeks before the playoffs. I mean, obviously we know that they're in, but I think that the loss last week, whatever. That they will clinch a playoff berth in the AFC West division with a win or tie here, or the Raiders loss or tie, Broncos loss or tie. So we'll see. I mean, the Bengals are still alive. The Bengals defense had issues with Rudolph at times last week. The Bengals will be eliminated from playoff contention with a loss to the Chiefs plus a Steelers win or a Bengals win or tie. So I think that the Bills are winning. I don't think the Steelers are winning. So I don't think the Bengals might not completely be out yet. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I think that it's going to be, the last week's going to be fascinating. I cannot wait to watch because some teams are chilling and you got to pay attention to that while other teams are fighting for their ass here. Then you do have last game of the week. You do have Green Bay 7-8 at Minnesota. What's it called? You do have the next game. You do have Green Bay, who is 7-8 at Minnesota. 7-8 as well. So originally I chose Minnesota, but after watching them lose to Detroit Lions, I'm going back and choosing Green Bay. Both teams need to win to stay alive in the playoff race. The Packers are playing consecutive road games, but I think Jordan Love will help them out with his passing. Packers barely managed to take, I think, this win here once again on the road game and can have success here against a Minnesota defense that has struggled. The Packers will be eliminated from a playoff contention most easily with a loss to the Vikings plus a Seattle win or tie, which I think Seattle is going to win. So if they lose and Seattle wins, they are out. Or with a loss plus a Rams win or tie, Green Bay loss and Tampa Bay tie and Atlanta win, Green Bay tie and Seattle win, and Rams win. I mean, I'm not really counting the ties this week because I don't feel like anybody has tied. I honestly cannot stand when they tie. As for the Vikings, and plus the Vikings have 2 injured players. Like literally, was it Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson both got injured last week, which was crazy. I don't understand why. I mean, I get it, but TJ Hawkinson is out for the rest of the season. Not like it's that big of a deal, but for sure he is one of the Vikings' major players at this point. There are a number of scenarios which the Vikings can be eliminated from playoff, and that will also involve a loss or a tie to the Packers. And if they get a loss and Seattle win or tie, Rams win or tie, loss with a Seattle win or tie, Tampa Bay tie, and Atlanta win, loss and a Rams win or tie, Tampa Bay tie, and Atlanta win, and Minnesota tie, and Seattle win, and Rams win. So let's see how it goes. Please, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate if anybody has watched me to the end of any videos. Comment, let me know down below. I still have gifts to give away. Guys, comment. Send me your email. If you have commented on my videos and send me your pics, comment your email, and I will message you and figure out where to send you a gift. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching Football Barbie here. I love y'all. Talk to you later.